Hey my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Uche. In today's video I'm going to be putting you through how I made this lovely dress. If this is like what you're interested in, do well to watch this video to the very end, and if you find it helpful, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and also share. So without wasting much of your time, let us get right into the main video. My fabric is in a fold of 2, as you can see. So this dress is divided into 3 parts. Okay, so we have from the shoulder to the under bust, and we also have from the under bust to the waistline, the back's waistline, and again we have from the back's waistline to the hem. So for the fabric, I folded into 2. I have my shoulder measurement divided by 2, and I have extra 12.5 inches for my sleeve extension. So that is the wideness of the fabric I folded into 2. I'm going ahead to rule out a starting line at this top that will also serve as my shoulder line. I'm taking my neck width of 3 inches. I will come over to the end of this fabric, come down by 1.5 inches, and I will connect it to the neck width like so. After that is done, I'm going to take my vertical measurements. From my shoulder to my under bust, I have 14 inches. Okay, that is my measurement. From my shoulder to my under bust is 14 inches. So go ahead and mark out your own measurements. And again, I'm going to take my waistline. Okay, so from my shoulder to my waistline is 16 inches, but I added extra 1 inch because we are cutting directly on the fabric. So the 1 inch is going to be used to join the upper part to the middle part. Hope you understand. Half inch we go to the upper part and half inch we go to the down part. You will understand as we proceed. Next, I'm taking my hip line. Okay, from my waistline to my hip line I have 9 inches, and that is my own measurement. So do well to make use of your own measurement. I have under bust line, our waistline, and the hip line. Okay, hope that is clear. I will come over to this angle. I'm going to come down by 10 inches for my sleeve opening. So that's how wide I want the sleeve to be open. Okay, next I'm going to go in by 5 inches. You connect across and also connect into the under bust line in a straight manner like so, and after that I'm going to go in to blend that point like so. I will proceed to separate the upper part from the middle part. As you can see, I am not cutting directly on my under bust line. I cut away half inch. Okay, I left half inch before cutting it. So remember the 1 inch I added to my original waistline, so half inch has come to the upper part and half inch will also go to the lower part, and that will serve as our joining allowance. Next, I came down by 7 inches for my neck depth. So if you notice, the main inspiration is more deeper, like the neckline is more deeper than mine. Okay, so you can just go ahead and come down by however you want it to be. Okay, how low you want it to be, but for me, I like my front neckline to be decent. Okay, if you watch some of my videos, you will notice that my front neckline is always decent. So for the shoulder, I left about 0.75 because we are going to join the shoulder and create a channel, okay, for rope. So that is that. So next, remember that this is still our under bust. Don't be confused. Okay, this is still our under bust. This is where we separated the under bust. So I'm going ahead to mark out my under bust measurement at this up part like this. Okay, and I will also take my waist measurement divided by 4. So my under bust and my waist measurement is the same thing. Okay, so I marked the measurement, and for the hip I also took my hip measurement divided by 4. Hope you get it. Okay, so I connected it, and from the waistline I will come down by 4 inches. So you can come down by 4 inches, 5 inches, and then I will go ahead to connect like this. And again, if you don't want your basque to be lower, you can just reduce. Okay, you can just reduce the length. Okay, so that is that. I went ahead to add my sewing allowances and I will cut it out. I'm going to use this front piece to cut out my back piece. So when you open it up, this is what it will look like. You can see that the upper part is wider, so we are going to gather this, but that will be later. So just go ahead to cut out the back. So I placed the upper part on another folded fabric. As you can see, there is no zipper allowance, nothing, so they are going to be the same. Okay, so there is no zipper allowance. If you notice that the upper part of the back does not have any zipper, so I'm cutting everything the same. Okay, so the only difference is that the front have a neckline while the back doesn't have a neckline as well. So I'm going to cut that center back straight like this. There is no neckline, no zipper, it's just straight. So I'll keep it aside. For the middle part, okay, that is the back part, I am cutting it out as well, but I left zipper allowance on this part. So this is the zipper allowance. I left about 1.5 inches for my zipper allowance, as you can see. So I'm going to keep the front piece aside while we work on the center back. Okay, so I'm very sorry, I realized that part didn't film. So what I just did here is I went in by 0.75 inches from the upper part. Okay, so I like going in by 0.75 inches on stretchy fabrics alone. Okay, and from the upper part I came down by 7 inches as well, and I connected it in a slant manner and went ahead to cut out. Okay, so that is all. So I'm going to use this black bias to turn the neckline of the front piece. So we are going ahead to join the pieces right now. The first thing I did was to divide it into two. Okay, this is totally optional, but if you check the inspiration, it was slitted into two. So I'm going to go ahead to use my bias to turn the necklines, and after turning it, I'm going to join that center front again by 1/2 inch. So I'll go ahead to do that. And for the center back, you can see that it is straight, it doesn't have any shape. I will go ahead to fold it by 0.25 twice, and I'm going to go ahead to sew. So after sewing the center back, this is what it looks like, and this is the upper part. You can see after turning my neckline, I went ahead to open up the seam and press flat. So this is what we have. Next thing I'm going to do is to join the front and the back on the shoulder by 0.75 inches. You can as well use 1 inch to sew because we are going to be creating a rope channel for the drawstring around the shoulder. The next thing is to gather this upper part to this middle part, but before you gather, you're going to leave your seam allowance and go ahead to gather. Okay, you leave your seam allowance at the sides before you gather. So remember the 1 inch I added to my original waistline, so that is what you're going to use to sew the upper part and the middle part together. And also leave your zipper allowance and your side seam before you gather. Okay, so I created this rope off camera and I'm going to attach it on the shoulder. So it's either you put the rope and go ahead to sew. You're not going to sew on the rope, okay? Or another method is to first of all fold and sew, then you use your safety pin or whatever and attach it and pass it through the channel. Okay, and that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead to fold and sew. So after doing that, I will bring it back for you all to see. I've gone ahead to do that. While I was joining the shoulder, I realized that I was supposed to hem the down part, the sleeve opening, before I finish up. Okay, because we are going to be creating a channel, so you need that seam to be open. So go ahead to hem your sleeve before joining the two shoulders together. Hope you understand. So after joining my shoulders and creating the rope channel, this is what I have. So I'm going to be using this safety pin to insert it through the channel. Okay, as you can see, so you're going to take your time to do this. And guys, at this point, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, this is a reminder to kindly hit on the subscribe button. It is absolutely free. It helps my channel to grow. Okay, thank you for doing that. So I am done inserting one. As you can see, you're going to take it up like this so that it doesn't fall back into the channel. So you can use your pin to secure it at this point. So you're going to repeat the same process on each of them. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this same process on each of them, and I will go ahead to secure it with a stitch on the shoulder. Okay, so go ahead to secure it, but you will pull it a little bit in before you secure it so it doesn't show outside. And next, I am going to go ahead to mark out where I am going to be inserting my zipper. So from the waist or the under bust, I came down by 7 inches, as you can see, or 8 inches. You can call that by 7 or 8 inches. And I'm going to insert my zipper here, and from this to this part I will sew it with a normal tight stitch. So after doing that, you can see, like I explained, I've gone ahead to do that. So I'm going to, the next step is to cut out the fabric for the ruffle on the down part. But before you do that, you're going to measure from your shoulder to this basque area like this. So you take note of the measurement, as you can see, from the shoulder to this basque. So this is the fabric I cut out. I'm going to be explaining how I cut it out. So you're going to minus what you got on that upper part, that is from the shoulder to that basque area. So you're going to minus it. You can see how I place my tape. You minus it at the upper part, and you go ahead to cut out the length of your dress. Hope you understand. To know the wideness of fabric you're going to be cutting out, so you measure around this basque waistline like so. You measure it. So whatever you get there for the front, you're going to multiply it by 2. So if you get 25 inches, you're going to multiply it by 2, and it will become 50 inches. Remember, that is for the front alone. You will also repeat the same thing for the back. So you multiply any measurement you get around the basque by 2 for the front. You also multiply any measurement you get at the back by 2 as well, which I have done here. Also, I run a gather stitch at the top, and I am going to go ahead to pull in order to gather it to the exact measurement I got around the basque area. Okay, I'm going to go ahead to do that. After I was done gathering, this is what I have. You can see I have 2 of it for the front and the back. So I'm going to go ahead to join the front and the back right now. I'm going to join it like this, right side facing right side. You're going to place it right side facing right side and join by ½ inch. And you will also repeat this for the back. Okay, you also repeat this for the back. You also go ahead to join right side facing right side, and you sew by ½ inch. After sewing, I'm going to go ahead to join the sides also. So I will start by sewing by ½ inch from the sleeve opening, and then I will sew the side. So you can see the allowance I left, this side allowance I left before I joined the upper part and the middle part together. You can see. So I'll go ahead to join the sides together, as you can see. And after joining it, I will also go ahead to hem the down part of this dress and attach my zipper. And that will be the end of today's video. If you find this video helpful, please kindly hit on the subscribe button. It will help my video to be seen by others as well. And don't forget to drop your comments. Let me know what you think, and also share this video and give me a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Bye for now.